We have arrived near the city of Rize on the Black Sea, right in the far northeastern corner of Turkey. Famous for tea, mountains and beautiful nature. We're excited to be able to show you this wonderful area.
We're Marianne and Chris. In May 2018, we quit the 9-to-5, rented our house to travel full time.
Welcome to Turkey!
Due to the pandemic, our attempt to drive around the world has been put on pause.
Finding ourselves in Turkey, we are going to show you the best this country has to offer. So, up into the mountains, just north of Rize we go. So we just got stopped by the police for the first time. They checked our paperwork, gave us some tips on the roads in the mountains because they asked us where they were going. And then we finished with a selfie. Onto the mountains. So we've just come off the main coastal road and we're heading up into the mountains that you can see in the distance. Hopefully the roads will be okay and Trudy will cope, but it's absolutely amazing views when you look out here. Mountains covered in tea, lovely buildings. Yeah, it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be an amazing drive up here. It's a really pretty drive up this valley and it's got a real feel. We were saying it really feels like you're in Central America, Guatemala or El Salvador with the green covered mountains. What do you reckon?
It's like really tropical and just beautiful and lush.
Just going through one of the towns and it's got a real almost alpine feel about it. Drive parking? We live in here, yeah.
Is that okay?
Okay, you can pay 5 lira and you can stay.
Teşekkürler.
Teşekkür ederim.
Just parked up in this little car park by the river and we're just going to go and see if we can find a cold drink and see what the local area is like. It's a very lovely valley. Check out these little buildings, they're very cute. That's nice, the building, isn't it? Merhaba.
Coffee okay?
Cold.
Cold.
Cold. Çok sıcak.
Çok sıcak. Ne istiyorsan orada kalalım. Aha.
So we stopped off for a drink. You got your mask on.
It's so beautiful. And there's a lovely little bridge just over there.
It is, the water's very, very clear and very fast flowing. That's why they do a lot of rafting on this river in this valley. Yeah, it'd be great. We're going to try and see if we can find some tea being harvested, if possible. They also have a castle up in this area that we're going to go and check out. Oh, teşekkürler. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we got cobbled roads up the mountain on this side. Come on, Trudy!
Come on, Judy!
So we've come up almost to the castle, but we've decided that what we're going to do is drive further up the road to see if there's good views at the top of the mountain, and maybe somewhere to sleep tonight, because we have to come back past the castle tomorrow anyway, as we come back down the mountain. So we're going to go and see if we can find somewhere with some nice views for you. Oh, and she started again. Always good.
I love it when she starts.
Still got the bus behind us. These roads are getting smaller and smaller. I think we might be mad.
Fine.
We've been driving for about, oh, I don't know, half an hour up the mountain, and it's really getting a little bit narrow now.
Trudy likes adventure.
Oh, I'm not sure. Whoa, these roads! We're still going. They are getting smaller and smaller. The river's getting smaller and smaller. We're now 1,150 meters high. And the road is very small.
Getting much smaller.
Should we carry on?
Yeah.
Through the local village.
Hello. Thank you.
It's still getting smaller.
That is beautiful.
Can you stick to your side? Oh my gosh. Ironically, after about 40 minutes drive, we've actually hit a paved road at the top of the mountain. Okay, we're 1,680 meters now. Wowzers, we're high.
The truck just stopped, Marty.
He just stopped.
The truck just stopped.
We must be mad.
Mental.
Where are we going? There's no road. There's no road.
Where we go, Marty, there ain't no roads.
Are you sure this is where we're trying to go to? We've come to the end. Look how beautiful it is though.
I've sort of gone too far.
Just go up there and turn around. Oh my lord.
Train tyre, thanks Darren.
Just park there, there's a camper van.
I'm parking next to the van.
There's a camper van.
I'm parking there. And I'm just
Man, there's a big old... Stop.
Stop. Woohoo!
Okay, so we've officially come to the end of the road. And there's this lovely little village.
We've not come to the end of the road, we've come to the end of our road.
Yeah, we can't go down that road anymore.
I think we can.
No.
I'm gonna follow them. I think it's at the end.
Let's have a look by foot. Can we look by foot?
Okay.
I don't think it's good to go driving anymore.
Let me just pull out of that hole because there's a bit of a hole in front of me. I've jumped out of Trudy and we're going to have a look. Look at this view. Absolutely stunning. So let's just pop round the corner. Madaba. I obviously don't want to say this in front of Trudy and she's back there whilst I check the road. But I think we know the next van might need an upgrade. I think we need a 4x4 because to get to some of the best places ever, you have to do some of these roads. Look at this. Just stunning. These houses are absolutely glorious. And they are up here in the mountains. I know it's very cold and snowy in the bad weather, but look at this. And then you've got the mountains all above these houses. It's just glorious. Look at it. Everyone's so nice.
Look at that.
I know. Everyone is just so nice. Whatever.
See you tomorrow, guys.
My engine, bro.
Sit down. Oi, oi, oi.
Oh, go down.
Bye. Oh, that was so nice. We just had a lovely chat to these guys. A local guy that lives just down the road, and a Turkish girl and an Australian guy. So we're going to go and have a cup of tea with them on the way down the hill tomorrow. How lovely. Okay, if that can get up the hill, then there's no reason why we can't get up the hill. Right, that's huge.
I think that has a little bit more torque than that will do.
I think maybe. So we've woken up in the mountains to the noise of wonderful cows walking past. How lovely. Here you go, take the camera, love.
Should we say hello? 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 Are you a cow? Oh, I love cows. Is that nice and tasty? This mountain grass. This is one of my favourite parts of Turkey. There is so much nature and you hear that jingle of the little bell and you just know that you're going to be able to see something fabulous. And today we have beautiful cows in the mountains. Some local information from the farmer who's just taking his cows up there into the hills. He was saying that if we're going to go trekking later, he said make sure you don't go into the woods, and if you do, don't go too far into the woods because there are bears here. Wow, you know, this is just something that's fascinating. We've always known that Turkey's really, really rural and has a massive amount of land and nature, but yeah, coming from Europe, you just think that there aren't any bears, but there are, just up here in the woods. There are bears, and although we'd love to show you a bear, we're not going to go in the woods.
We had a fab night's sleep last night, and it was quite busy when we arrived here yesterday for a village that's in the middle of nowhere, right at the top of a mountain. But it was a Sunday bank holiday yesterday, and everybody was out. This area is popular for hiking, and looking at the wonderful nature that we are surrounded with, you can understand why. So we thought, we chilled in the van yesterday, and then we thought we'd come out this morning and have a little look around, show you guys where we've stayed. But the village we're in, you can actually feel the air's thinner.
Yeah.
We're about 2,000 meters high, which is, for those of you back home in the UK, that's about twice the height of Snowdon. So yeah, it is pretty high.
House martin nest.
Oh yeah, how cool is that? Little house martin nests. In fact, it's so beautiful here. We thought we'd come and find a little spot to take our little drone off, because it really is wonderful views. And we're going to have a look at this little river. Amazing. This is definitely the beauty of van life, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Parking up in these places that you don't normally get to go to, and just enjoying these wonderful views and nature. Okay, so as we're walking, we found this little bridge, and Marianne's a little bit mad. She thought she'd test it. No, oh, don't do that. Are you mad? You don't want to fall into that. You'll be gone all the way down the valley.
I wasn't actually that brave. I've just noticed some cow poo on the other side, so I think it carries all the cows coming across, so I'm okay.
Right, our fab time up the mountain has come to an end. We're going to head down and see if we can catch up with the guys that we met yesterday for a coffee and a chat, and maybe some guidance on where there's waterfalls nearby and things like that to see. So down the mountain we go. Down the dodgy roads. Away, easy tiger. Little houses here.
Oh, wow.
Trying to close the door on a hill, always good. Beautiful. Alarm on, van mate alarm. So we've stopped off at Zicale Castle. So we're going to go and have a little look around. Thought we'd stop while we're driving past it, and it's a lot quieter today. When we drove past yesterday, it was chaotic because it was Sunday. So today looks much quieter. So for those really energetic ones amongst you, they have lots of different hiking trails here, from 16 kilometers all the way down to 41 kilometers. National park, no shooting, no fire, no fishing.
Teşekkür ederim.
Biz teşekkür ederiz efendim.
Teşekkürler. So entry into the park is 4 Turkish lira each, which is about 40 pence, 40-50 pence. So just as you come into the castle, it says, considering the size of the door, it may be suggested that loaded caravans and mules on the long journey must have been let into the castle to stay for the night. Maybe they'll let Trudy stay tonight.
As you walk through the castle gateway, which is massive, you can also see these defensive walls that are 1.7 meters thick. And you arrive here.
And the road up here hugs, it's carved out through the side of the mountain here, all the way along. Wonderful views. So we've climbed up to the highest point of the castle, wonderful views, and you can see little Trudy parked down there. Wow, looking down, how high is this? You can see and hear the river running through the valley. And the road carries on all the way around. We actually slept round and up there, probably about half an hour's drive north of here last night. Okay, castle check. Tick. Onto the cafe. How's your leg, love? Marianne's twanged a muscle.
Far too much exercise.
I've told her to walk without bending her leg. Oh, there's a bride. Somebody's just got married. They come up for photographs. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So we're looking at the road ahead and we're having discussions because we think it's up there. So we'll see what the road's like and whether or not it's drivable. Right, that's your option to turn around. It's very small. I think we're mad. That's where we had lunch, drink yesterday in the car park. Hold on, could I make another suggestion? Go up the hill and reverse back into that.
Oh, okay.
It's the only way you're going to get the angle. The road's too tight for us and there's no mobile signal, so we can't call the guy. So if you're watching this and we don't get hold of you, we tried. Beautiful. A bit more. Whoa. Okay. I'm coming in. Very nice views. Oh, there's a turning point there, so we've made it without meeting anybody. It widens here. Look. He said,
Oh, okay. Behind. Oh, okay. Can you message him and tell him we're here? We told him we would come today.
we don't have a signal.
My telephone, I do not have a signal.
I give.
Can you tell him I will go to Zuba Cafe?
And we wait for him. And then we wait for him. So that is his niece, auntie.
His auntie. He said to me, everyone knows me in town.
So we didn't have to go up the hill. And the funny thing is, the cafe he wanted us to meet him is the cafe we stopped for a drink by the river yesterday. How crazy is that?
Crazy.
That is a real coincidence.
Well, I've asked her if she can message him and just let him know that we're here. No, internet's no good.
No signal.
I can home, Aras.
Okay.
You'll find him and we send him to the cafe. At the cafe. Okay.
Okay,
Perfect. Teşekkürler.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so we had a nice spot of lunch. Oh,
That was delicious.
And I think what we're going to manage, we didn't manage to meet up with those guys, so I think what we're going to do is we'll message them yet from the town when we find somewhere to park up with Wi-Fi. We were meeting them in that cafe, but it's closed.
Yeah.
And there's a very lazy dog sleeping outside.
That is good.
So we found this little park up in the town lower down the valley with an internet signal, so we were able to message our friends that we were supposed to be meeting yesterday. So we're going to attempt to drive back up the hill to find them again, because we didn't manage to meet up with them, to catch up, have a cup of tea or something as promised. Good night's sleep here, and today is a little bit of a special day because
It's my birthday! Yeah, that's another reason we needed to find internet, because obviously kids, family, friends were sending me messages, and
you've had a lot this morning already, haven't you?
Lovely, so lovely. And I love WhatsApp voice messages because you can really hear people. It's lovely.
We're not really sure what the plan is, but we're thinking we might head back down to the coast, to the restaurant, and go out for a nice dinner for Marianne's birthday tonight. And then head back up to find tea maybe afterwards. As in tea plantation, not as in a cup of tea.
Absolutely. I think we need to find cake as well.
Cake? I think we should find cake. It's a day of do what you want, Marianne, so it don't happen often, but it's your kind of day.
It's my kind of day.
So Aras is just messaging. They're coming down the hill? So Marianne's taking a picture of this little bus because she reckons that'll be the perfect size for a van, for a travelling van. It's quite big, you know, look how high it is.
Actually, it's massive compared to Trudy.
Yeah, exactly. It looks cool.
You wouldn't bang your head in that.
No. Anyway, we're gonna just wander over.
Don't worry, we love Trudy.
We parked there for the night, and we're just going to wander. It's a lovely town here in the mountains. Look at this river. This is the same river where we slept way up in the mountains, where it's just almost a stream, and we're going to go for a bit of lunch over there. Oh, there's actually a little waterfall over there, look. So it didn't work out meeting up with those guys today. We just keep passing, our timings are off.
Sometimes it's just not
meant to be. So we're heading down the coast, and it's Marianne's birthday today, so we're gonna go have a nice quiet afternoon, some dinner,
Yeah,
a couple of cheeky beers and a glass of wine maybe,
sounds like a plan.
and the cameras will come back on tomorrow. Which cake do you want, love?
You choose.
Chocolate? Oh, you're still there. That's it. It is the end of the show. If you want to see more, make sure you click the subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss an episode. And we will see you next time. Time to eat cake. Bye for now.